Good afternoon, guys. So back in the garage here again, waiting for Max again to get here because we're gonna finish up the turbo rebuild today. So waiting for him to get here. I think he said he's on the turnpike right now. So waiting for him to show up. Before we do so, if you saw the last video, got the MR2 done now, got all the wheels back on it. We had one small issue though. Putting the wheel back on, and I haven't even driven the car, one of the fucking wheel weights fell off. I can't make this shit up, guys. So yeah, the wheel weight fell off. So yeah, I don't know how or what happened, but she fell off. So luckily there's sticky residue still on there and I can see where it was. So I'm gonna scrape off all the, I guess this is double-sided tape is all it is. Scrape this off, put new double-sided tape on and put it on the wheel. I hope it stays, because I mean, it would be one thing if the wheel was old and dirty, but it's a brand new wheel with a clean surface. So why it fell off, I have no idea. So yeah, so gonna go ahead and throw this back on and then wait for him to show up. Oh, one other thing. I do have the front bumper marked here to get painted. I'm not sure if I mentioned that before in the last one. And I am gonna take this for a stroll, or a little stroll without the front bumper, just because I wanna see how it feels. Kind of wanna feel the new wheels and tires. I know it doesn't have an alignment, doesn't have a lot of stuff, so I'm just gonna take it around the block kind of thing. Won't be able to do it tonight because, well, you guys won't be able to see anything, and I want you guys to be able to see it, so I have to wait till the weekend. Really wish I had time during the week to show you guys stuff, because it sucks that it's dark so early, because you guys don't want to be in the garage. I don't want to be in the garage. I want to be outside. I want it to be warm, but part of being in Pennsylvania, I'm not Street Speed 717. I don't have off during the week, during every day, so maybe one day I'll get there, but until then, you guys have to deal with the garage and deal with this loveliness. Oh, we might get this out tonight too. Maybe Max will get lucky. I'll pop his cherry. Bruh. She's back on solid ground again, guys. A big part of me just really does not like these tires. The tires are way too big. Even though they're typical 255/40s, they just look like monster truck tires. Like, the more I see them, the more I'm like, why are they so fucking big? Like, it's really starting to bother me now. At first I was like, it's okay, but the more I look at them, I'm like, literally when I put my stock wheels up to them, which are 15s, the meat is almost the same on those, and that's not right. I don't know why, but they're freaking massive. Almost wish I would have went with maybe a 35 or 30 in the rear, same with the front almost, but I don't know why they're so big. The front has a 235/40 and the rear is a 255/40. I have friends with a 255/40. I mean, hell, the back of this, now this is an 18-inch wheel and it will be different, but I believe this is a 275, what is this? This is a 275, where's it at? Where's the numbers at? There it is. This is a 275/35, and I kind of wish I went with this 35 sidewall instead of the 40. I just think it would look a little bit better, but what are you gonna do? I've already bought the tires, they're already on the car. They do fit pretty well. The front, once I camber the rear some and the back, or the front here, I think it'll fit half decent, and I gotta roll the fenders yet. That's one thing I haven't done. I really need to get someone over here to do that, but I digress. Let's wait here and we'll wait till Max shows up and yeah, finish this damn turbo off that's taking forever. All right, guys, so turbo's back together now. Max is gonna be happy, but I kind of made a mistake. So where's it at here? The actual thrust washer, there's a bearing that goes inside of it here. Forgot to put this in. That piece right there, forgot to put it in. So it was actually clamping down completely. So when I was tightening everything up for the bolt here, it was actually compressing 100% and you couldn't spin freely. So once you put this bearing in there and it was free floating, it now spins freely and she's good to go. So now all he has to do is put on the exhaust actual housing and the actual front compressor housing, and he'll be good to go. And he'll be back to making big power again. Well, maybe baby power. I mean, he doesn't have a Supra, so I mean, he's not as cool as me.
You want a challenge?
I mean, this is a challenge right now.
You're calling me out.
I'm calling you out.
Like, I'm calling me out.
See, this guys, I'm getting called out. You know this is getting called out. Come on.
I'm gonna take your Corolla and stomp your ass.
We're not talking about Corolla power here. We're not getting out of hand. I mean, that's on a different level. That's why it stays over there by itself.
Do you not see the aerodynamics that go into the precision of this vehicle? Like the Supra, just, you know, this is like a flat surface, so it like actually slows it down. This, do you not see the downforce that this right here creates?
I mean, absolutely.
You got vents right here for extra cooling power.
Oh, sure, of course.
The headlights are doper than those.
But does this get you extra scene points, or does this have more? Which one has more scene points?
This one gets gas mileage. Everybody likes money.
He actually makes a solid point. Who doesn't like money? So Max has a bit of a chubby right now. I just said he could drive the Supra. It's late, but I said he could take it around the block. We're gonna drive it. He's like a little kid right now, all excited. So we're gonna take the Supra out here real quick. My neighbors are gonna hate me because it's late and that car is loud, which is actually an understatement. So pull this out. I kind of wanted to drive the MR2 to go test it because I haven't got to drive it since I put the wheels, the brakes. Yeah, I mean, I kind of need to get this out also. So yeah, let's go ahead and back out the Supra and go enjoy the car real quick. So I've got the car pulled out right now. Max is excited. Look at him.
Dude, I'm pumped.
He's pumped. So
This is my first time ever driving this Toyota Supra.
he's pumped. He's on a different level happy right now. So I'm pretty excited for him to drive it too. I keep saying I'm not gonna let people drive the car, but look how happy he is. It's just hard for me not to do it, especially with someone so stoked on doing it. So we're going for a quick drive here. It's gonna be hard to see anything, guys. I'm gonna try and record this, but if nothing comes up, I'm just gonna have to scrap the video just because I know it's so dark out and I'm using a GoPro.
Reverse. Where's the reverse in this Supra?
So it's over and down then. So you have the clutch down?
Yeah.
So it's over, down.
Okay.
So guys, I can already tell this is really dark, but like Max is like really happy right now.
I am like beyond stoked right now.
All right, guys, so we're back now at the house. Max just got to drive the Supra, and if you can't tell from looking at his smile here, he's on cloud 9. So what do you think, Max? I mean, do you enjoy it?
Dude, freaking, all seriousness, probably the funnest car I've ever driven.
That's exactly what I want
So,
to hear. Like, that's what I want to hear. Like, I
Like,
love
no,
this car.
I've never driven a Supra. I've always wanted to, and I got lucky enough to drive a big single turbo Supra, and now I want a Supra.
See? He has a badass BMW, and it is extremely, extremely nice. It's just something about Supras, though. Like, it's
just the noises it makes. It's not the same as another turbo car.
yeah,
You know what
like,
I mean?
it was just fun. Like he said, just cruising around, he was having a good time. It's just the noises making, just being in the car itself is
The
fun.
2J itself is just such a unique engine.
What's one thing you can take from the drive? Like, what's one thing that was the most memorable for you? Just like the pull, the power of it, the way it drives. What for you is like the biggest thing?
That braking traction noises is just freaking.
Traction control kicking on, and it just
It's
keeps popping.
unbelievable. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's just, and just the blow-off valve itself.
That's
Just love
awesome.
it. Just love it.
So there you go, guys. That's pretty awesome. Max, thank you again, buddy. Hey, our hands are all cut up from working on the turbo. He's still bleeding over here.
Fast cars.
Not good, not good. But thank you again, guys, for coming down. I appreciate it. Now that Max has left here, I have some time that I can work on my cars real quick. So I went ahead and moved the MR2 up, put the Supra back, and I just went and took this baby for a test drive. It actually rode really good. I wanted to test to see where it's going to rub and where it's not going to. I found out the driver's side, perfectly fine. I was able to crank the wheel pretty far to it, just about full tilt to it does rub. Obviously, these wheels are really wide. But once I camber it out, it should fix it some. But it does rub over here, but it's because this piece is bowed out. It rubs once you get it, I don't know, about a turn and a half. So you can almost turn the whole way. So just need to pull that in a little bit and I should be good. One other issue I ran into though is I didn't see some brake fluid. I went out and did the, speed it up, hit the brakes. I didn't take it very far just because of this reason. So I'm gonna jack it up and take a brand new cloth and go over it and see where it's leaking from. Crank those down, take brake fluid to it to make sure there's no, brake fluid cleaner I should say, to make sure there's no residue left over. Put the wheels back on, go take it for another drive, check the wheels again. Clean off the wheels here first before I go for another drive too, just to make sure. The rear, there was nothing on, so that's good. It's just the fronts here, which I kind of figured as much. These are new. I didn't know if I should crank all the points down, so it looks like I should have. So I'm gonna do that, crank down everything here real quick. Let's jack the car up and check everything out. Put the car back down, just took it for a drive here real quick. What I noticed was this. If you guys can see in here, sorry if the lighting's really bad, but the top bleeders there, they were both leaking. Well, not leaking, I should say. They just weren't cranked down the whole way. And then the fitting over here on the driver's side that goes directly into the back of the caliper wasn't tightened down enough. I just cranked it some more, just went for a drive, and I see no leaks. I cleaned off the wheel before I obviously went back out, but I didn't see any leaks, so only thing I need to wait for now is, well, I guess until tomorrow night, I'll take it out for a spin again and just do the same thing. I want to get it up to speed, slam on the brakes, get up to speed, hit the brakes. One other thing I wanted to mention, guys, the ABS does work. I just went out there, I mean, it kicked on aggressively, so I could do one of two things. If I wanted to, I could always disconnect the pump if you don't like ABS. I wanted to keep it just because It's rare for these cars, I guess, to have ABS, so plus it's a 93 car. I wanted to try and keep it as nice as possible. I am having some little bit of rubbing issues, which I knew that was gonna come. The back seems to be fine so far, which I know I'll need to cut the fenders once I go a little bit lower here. Just turning wise here, I'm hitting just ever so slightly back here. It's nothing major, it's nothing crazy, but it is hitting ever so slightly. So I will have to adjust that a little bit. And then what I think I'm gonna do here to make it real easy is just keep cutting the wheel. Once someone, I think the best way to do it would be is to have someone here so I can see the key points of where it's hitting at. Once I find out which key points that it's hitting at, I can then adjust accordingly. But for the most part, everything's fitting real well and actually drove really nice. The back, I'm getting a little noise from. It sounds like brake squeal, almost, not brake squeal, because I'm getting no noise up front, which I was really worried that those were gonna be the squealy bad, but just going down the road there, I mean, nothing. Now I did lube them up with whatever brake squeal stuff, whatever the heck that stuff is. I lubed the pads up really nicely to make sure that wouldn't happen. Obviously the back, not the front. Don't make that mistake. I had a buddy actually do that. Just to let you know, it didn't end well for his CRX. But yeah, so the pads are lubed up, everything looks good. So pretty happy. Again, I need to do some adjustments here. I have been talking to a couple of guys. Lucas Sly has been helping me a ton, and a couple other guys who are running much more aggressive setups than this yet. I know it looks like it's really bad, but I think what makes it worse too is the fact that I don't have a kit on my car. What I mean by that is everyone runs the Greddy side skirts. Part of me wants to, the other part of me doesn't. I haven't quite decided if I'm gonna go that route yet or not. It would be a very easy bolt-on kit as it's very simple. And then I could also run the stock or the, not the stock, but I could run the Greddy front lip. And I don't really like the rear spats on them, so I'd probably keep the stock rear spats on this car and just paint them white. These little black pieces down here, I would most likely just paint these white also just to match the rest of the car, or I could remove them, but I would like to keep it looking as low as possible. So painting that last little spat there and then going the rest. And it seems the consensus is from most people is to paint that silver trim white. Eric, my one close friend, he would love to buy this car when it's all said and done. And I want to make him happy too, because who knows how long I'll keep this one. It's not the Supra. I do like the car, but it's not the Supra at the end of the day. So I want to do it properly, and that's why I said I'm keeping certain things. I probably would have said screw it on the Supra because I know I'm going to keep it. But there's items I'm keeping on this car to keep it original. Like I said, I spent the extra money for an ABS master cylinder. I'm keeping ABS in the car. I'm doing quality parts because if I do need to sell it, I can sell it saying, hey, I have Willwood big brakes, I have Ray's engineering wheels, quality suspension, etc., etc. But yeah, super happy. Now let's get her lowered, cambered, and looking good. After putting the big brake kit on that, it makes me really want to do one to this now. Eventually I'd like to get a nice set of wheels for this car. And there's so much stuff. I know it seems like I'm always rambling on about this, but fucking need money. I'm tapped out, man. I mean, and I don't like to deplete myself of cash because it's just not smart. I was one of those guys that just happened to invest in Litecoin, not Bitcoin, which is like the cheaper version. I got in half decent thanks to my buddy Zach. So I just put a little bit of money into that too. So a couple $1,000s, which I mean, but that's stuff I like to invest in. I can make money on, etc., etc. So yeah, kind of tapped out of cash right now, fellas. So I need to start a GoFundMe. I think that's what it comes down to. Please send me cash. My money tree's out. But in all seriousness, guys, I'm joking. I do want to start up a P.O. box. I keep talking about doing it. I'm hoping to have time this Saturday. I'm trying to get some videos. This is ahead of time here, so get video ready for Thursday here, and then get one ready for Sunday also, so I'm kind of ahead, so I have some extra spare time. It's kind of the reason why I cut doing every 48 hours and pretty much the same for the most part, but I do give myself one extra day during the week by skipping uploading a video on Saturday and doing it Sunday now and just doing 3 videos a week. It gives me that little bit of extra breathing room, and if need be, I will go down to 2 days. I don't want to do that just because it's not fair to you guys, but I also have a full life outside of doing YouTube, so you know how it goes. Alright guys, thank you very much for tuning in. If you guys can do me a favor, go down below, check out my Facebook and Instagram. I also have my website down there with all my merchandise ready to sell, ready to go. I'm hoping to come out with hoodies here soon, get everything ready. I know I keep saying that too, it's just time, money. So yeah, thank you guys very much. If there's anything I can do, hit me up and let me know. Peace!